The title for tonight's podcast is Kerouac.
Just another Tuesday.
We're taking over.
Happy Tuesday, podcast.
Let's fucking do this thing.
This place about to blow.
Come on, Slavinsky!
PanelsOnPages.com podcast network is here to cover all of your pop culture needs.
2 words, nerd boner.
From comics to television to movies to wrestling,
Fuck wrestling.
your favorite PCN hosts will keep you entertained all week long.
Boobs, boobs, boobs. Peen, peen, peen.
Put me in charge!
He's Gandalf!
Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes, look for the Pop Stars on Facebook and Twitter, and be sure to join the forums and become a member of the population.
You turn on your portable MP3 device to listen to your favorite podcast. You expect a witty introduction from the announcer, but he doesn't have one. Instead, he just does this. You're beyond the 50-foot nerds.
Well, can you hear me fine?
I can hear you perfectly, yeah.
Oh, that's all right then. I can cope with you sort of sounding slightly fizzly.
Yeah, I mean, I will
There's
sound
Paul
fizzly
joining.
from my end, so, you know, it's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Paul
is
won't
Paul
be joining
joining
us.
us? I know.
No, he's in work early tomorrow morning, so I think he's just left his
Oh,
Skype
fair
plugged in
enough.
on his phone.
Oh, okay. And I noticed when you put up episode 35.5, you didn't put commentary up as well.
Now I'm going to put that up probably tomorrow or the day after.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because, I mean, we've already put like 3 episodes up this week.
Oh, yeah, fair point.
Yeah, I figured I'd space them out, because as soon as we're done here, I was gonna throw this up pretty much just straight away. So,
Yeah, makes sense.
you know what I mean?
I did like the just before Andy fled the country to escape the authorities, crossed out to
Yeah.
go to C2E2.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So, yeah, how's it going?
Yeah, it's all right so far. Are we just recording for the show now anyway? It's just us chatting bullshit.
Well, whichever. Have we got
Well,
anyone
it's gonna be
joining
a
us
Beyond
tonight?
anyway,
so?
so.
Yeah, are we gonna have anyone joining us?
So
or
far, no.
not? Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, because they're all busy at panels and shit at the minute.
Well,
some of
is
them might
it still going on?
Yeah, it's only 5:00 here. The show floor doesn't finish till 7.
Oh God, I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's Brian Posehn's comedy thing on at the minute, which is where 3 of them are.
I would
and
have
then the
said
other
to you,
two that are in the room.
I wouldn't have dragged you away so early.
No, don't worry about it. I thought, well, some of them might like pop up afterwards. It depends how long we keep going.
Oh well, I can just go to this. Hey, it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, whatever.
Do you get charged for Wi-Fi in your hotel or anything like that?
No, I'm currently on the free Wi-Fi service.
Oh well, there we go.
So, and the premium service is like $10 for 24 hours. So, even if we do get charged, it'll only be like me having to give Andy and Amanda $10 and go, there you go.
Oh, fair enough.
So, yeah, at the minute, there's only me here because, one, Andy and Amanda have all gone to see Brian Posehn, and then
okay, explain who Andy and Amanda are.
and-
Because if this is the show and there's no pre-credits or anything like that, explain who Andy and Amanda are, because I don't know, and certainly our listeners won't know. Or maybe they will if they're PCN people, I don't know.
Yeah, if they're PCN, they're probably here already, so they know who exactly I'm
It's from the old, it's the OG 50-foot nerds fans, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's see.
RSS.
Andy and Amanda are... Eh?
I said RSS representing.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, Andy and Amanda, also known as Andy's known as Potato Joe on the PCN forums, on the Panther Pages forums.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna totally have to say that to him later. I never thought of that.
Speaking of which, have you checked
It was funny when
have you checked the email yet?
Oh no, I haven't.
I sent the email to both you and Paul. I said to Paul before, I said, have you read the email? He said, no, I haven't had a chance yet. Well, at least you went to the door.
Yeah, the main reason I haven't is because for some reason...
You're sitting in Chicago, well, an all-day Thursday. I would have thought you'd at least have 5 minutes.
Yeah, but I don't think... I don't remember if I got it through on my iPod when I was in the hostel.
Well,
and when I've been... Oh, you mean Joe's Power of Eyes thing?
No, it's the script for what's it?
It's the thing for the thing.
The thing for the thing.
The thing.
The
thing, right?
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
No, I haven't got that yet.
Secret project.
Can you forward that to my? Secret project number 9683.
It's in the 50-foot Nerds email account now.
Yeah, that's the thing, because for some reason my iPod won't connect to the Hyatt Wi-Fi, but my tablet will.
Right. Have you got Dropbox on your tablet?
No, I shall have to get it. I can get it free on Google Play, can't I? So
should be able to.
Just whack them in Dropbox. I'll download them and have a look later. But yeah,
I'll do it later.
Yeah, Andy. So those two guys, guy and girl, the two that booked the room who I'm sharing the room with. So they're the ones who sorted it. Then there's me. There's Juan, who is also known as Denim, on Twitter,
right,
and on the forum. And there's also Adam Hicks, who's one of the artists down in Artist Alley, because he's friends with us. And there's Mike Champion, who's also... Yes. He's
sausage rolls, Andy.
Oh, God! I actually asked if sausage rolls exist over here, and apparently no, they don't.
Do they exist? Dude, introduce them, you'll be a millionaire.
Yeah, I asked Mahoney, and I said...
roll up, I bring you magical food stuff from the shores of the UK. Walter Extoth's wonderful pastry sausage.
Wonderful pastry sausage. This is my old-timey sausage, snack.
I can just see you in the top hat with a big long, Dick Dastardly moustache, gesturing wildly with a cane. You, sir, would you like to taste my big pastry sausage? Ooh, that sounds mildly amusing. Yes, to you, sir. I say goosh. Now take this Sayers and shove it in your mouth. It's not Sayers, it's Greg's. It's not mine, I haven't tasted it yet. Oh, shut up, Greg. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm totally doing that for being the Superfly booth, because I haven't been a Superfly's booth Brit yet.
Right.
So that's totally the approach I'm going to take. I'm just going to say, you sir, would you care to peruse old-timey comics?
Partake in the wonder of comics.
Welcome to this land of comics and entertainment.
The printed realm of fantasy and wonder.
We are here to provide you with treasures of the comic book industry for a great price.
Also,
and that price. Hey?
I said also Aquaman.
But no, so I'm sharing a room with those guys, and it was funny when Thursday when I first met Denim, because he goes, at first we didn't realise who each other was. So I was walking around with Gavin from the Superfly crew, and Debray also from the Superfly crew, and because they'd come to find me. Oh, I need to start from the beginning, because I've got to...
Generally stories start chronologically.
Yeah, it's because I started
like your Iron Man 3, which starts halfway through and then you go back to the beginning.
Yeah. Starting from the beginning of the... Oh, you have?
Yes, it's very good. You don't see it until you come back to these shores.
No, I don't.
You cross the lake of fire that is the Atlantic Ocean.
Yeah. No, I asked... Oh, that was one thing. Yesterday, when I was talking to Michael Carroll, the guy who writes Judge Dredd...
Let me just say this.
It's like, oh, so...
Iron Man 3, best post-credits clip ever.
You what?
Iron Man 3 has the best post-credits clip.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Is it? We were talking about that in the lobby the other day, yesterday actually. No, it was
the lobby, not the reception. I was in the lobby of the hotel.
It was in Thursday night actually, because Thatcher was Tad was talking about it. Tad from the Superfly podcast. He was talking about it, and Travis was saying, "Oh, eh?
Did you say Thatcher?"
Yeah, Thatcher.
Very good.
Hey?
Zombie Thatcher! She's come back from the dead to talk about comics. I shut down all the minds and took milk away from the children. But here, read Nightwing.
No.
British.
Thatcher's his first name.
Right.
Yeah. But, no, we were talking about it, and Tad was saying about how he'd seen people had seen stuff about it already, and then and Travis was like, "Oh yeah, this was totally I totally saw a link to it the other day," and I went, "Oh, is that the clip where?" And then D-Bry goes, "I'm so glad this is a joke because I instinctively thought about punching him." I went, and then I just continued and I went, "No, like isn't that the clip where Samuel L. Jackson walks into the betting shop and bets on himself?"
in the Grand National.
Yeah, they had no idea what I was talking about.
Which one? There's 4 Samuel L. Jacksons running in this race. Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, but yeah, Wednesday I actually came over. I got here like Wednesday night. I finally found I got lost trying to find the hostel.
Well, didn't you have to actually get to the airport in the first place?
Hey?
I read on Twitter that you had a bit of a misadventure even getting to the airport.
Yeah, no, I got to the airport in Manchester fine, and then when trying to get my ticket, they were like, "Oh, do you to get my boarding pass?" They were like, "Have you got your ESCA?" I'm like, "I think so," and he's like, "Well, you can't leave without an ESCA." I'm like, "Oh, well, I'm pretty sure I have." It's a thing to I don't know. It's this weird thing that you have to go online and apply for to let you into the US for some reason.
Oh, right, okay.
But once you apply for it once, it lasts for 2 years.
Right, so it's like a visa.
Yeah, kind of.
Awesome.
And then, I went to get the boarding thing, like tried checking in 3 separate times. It's like, nope, apparently you don't have one. So I'm like, fuck. So I have to go down to one of the machines, do that, and then go back up, get on, and board the plane. So I managed to do that, then got lost trying to find the escape lounge lobby thing, which I'd booked into, so I could at least relax for a bit and have free drinks while I was waiting for my plane.
Nice.
And then managed to get all the way, and then as soon as I arrived in Philadelphia, you wouldn't believe how fucking strict.
I can't sit with the riffraff. Excuse me, podcaster on his way through. You?
No, it was mainly because my mum suggested it, because she said, "Oh, it's really nice up there and you get free drinks." I was like, "Oh, okay, fair enough." So it was mainly the free drinks that swayed it. So I started the morning with 2 cups of tea and a vodka and Coke.
When you find in a top hat as well, that's probably why they let you in.
I was carrying my top hat around.
There you go, that's why they let you in. Excuse me, a gentleman would like to start the day with a nice vodka and cranberry juice, if you don't mind, and I would like to read the Financial Times and smoke my pipe in front of a roaring fire, whilst nodding agreeably at the man beside me, as he reels off his latest financial affairs. Quite, gentlemen.
Oh, dude. I have the best pipe story, but that's coming later. Right? No, you wait for it. So I managed to get on the plane, get to Philadelphia, and the system there is so strict. It's basically like you put your thing through the machine to have it scanned again. No, you went and got your luggage from the carousel.
Right.
No, actually, I'm jumping ahead. You don't get that until you go through the thing where you're like. You go through customs, right? And you've got to declare everything and stuff, and then you go up. So I basically went up to the thing, and they're like, "Right, give us your fingerprints and your face." I'm like, "What?"
Now, do you think when
like,
southern women get on the plane and they go, "Well, I do declare," like that? Do you think they do that?
That's pretty much what I said to him.
So, did you know, like, where the petticoat?
I do declare that I've got Battenberg cake. And then he goes, what the fuck is Battenberg?
I am to marry Mr. John Hewitt. Who's that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
But one day my daddy says I am to marry him and inherit all the cotton fields and the Negro men working inside them.
Oh, God.
Samuel L. Jackson's there. What do you say, bitch?
And then he jumps over the fence and runs
away. Can't catch me, motherfucker! Coming soon from DC Studios, Samuel L. Jackson is the Flash! Flashpoint, it's Sandpoint. That's what...
Oh
my God, I ran through parallel universes!
I saw a guy dressed as Nick Fury earlier, and I still wanted to go up to him and go, I bet on you in the Grand National!
That's what...
If you're like, what the fuck?
That's why Robert Redford's going to be playing the original Nick Fury in Captain America 2. It's because he is the original Nick Fury. The Sam Jackson we see in the Avengers movies is actually the real Sam Jackson. He ran so fast he jumped into a parallel universe where the movies were real.
Yeah.
So Robert Redford looked in the cupboard and went, I'm going to be you for a bit. Give us your eye patch.
Fuck, why not? But, no, so I got
Looking a
to
bit flat
Philadelphia.
today, boss. No, tell me. Honest. I'm Nick Fury, you always have been.
I've been in a tanning booth for too long.
Where's your hair gone? Shave me head.
I had a haircut.
Yeah. Why'd you say motherfucker all the time now, boss? Shut your mouth, bitch! Okay. Sorry. I was gonna say, now bring with the dirdo, but that's the different bloke.
Yeah, it is. I'm Jesus. No, I got into Philadelphia, and going through the customs, they basically were like, why are you here? When are you leaving? Give us your fingerprints and your face. I'm like, okay. So I said, I've got on my declaration thing, I've got tea and Battenberg cake and jelly babies. He goes, yes. And then he's like, no, I have to keep up British stereotype. He goes, what's Battenberg cake? So I had to explain to the customs guy what a Battenberg cake was.
Oh, that's awesome.
And the entire time I'm just sat there holding this top hat. And he goes, right. I'm stood there holding this top hat. Yeah. And then he's like, I'm holding Battenberg after the top hat. I did that with my passport actually, because I was carrying my passport around in the hat to save my. He goes, "Can't see your passport," so I just reached into the hat and pulled it out.
By the rings of Akaten!
By the rings of Agadoo. But yeah, and then he takes a picture of my face. And then he goes, right, now put on that hat. I want to see what you look like with the hat.
Horrible image of you in the Zatanna cosplay now. Get off my head.
No, I'd be more like, what?
I said, that's tomorrow.
Yes. So he gets me to put on the hat, and then he goes, okay, you can go through now. And I said, are you sure you don't want a picture of me with the hat?
Did you have a monocle?
He goes, no, I still haven't been able to find a shop that sells monocles.
We'll just buy a pair of glasses and break them in half.
I already have a pair of glasses.
There you go then, you're halfway there.
In half.
Step 2.
Yeah. That's what I've been saying to people. They're like, do you have a monocle? I'm like, I have 2. Just a pair of my glasses.
I have bionicles.
Yeah.
Legos have got nothing to do with this.
Like, no, it's Lego actually. But Yeah, and so I finally got to I got to Chicago, then got lost trying to find the hostel. Eventually found it. I thought, I know, I'll sleep for an hour, because by that point it was like 2:15 in the morning, like British time.
Right.
And I'd been up since like 4:15 in the morning the previous day.
That would explain the text that was that. Hang on, was that last night? Because of the time delay, I don't remember. When did you text me? Was that last night? It was, yeah. Because you texted me at 2 o'clock in the morning. You git. And
oh, sorry.
And I'd been up since 4:30 in the morning.
Saying about that I was in the 2000 AD panel.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, that was because over here it was like 7 o'clock.
Yeah. Well, I'd been up since 4:30 that morning, so I was literally just getting into bed. I was knackered.
Sorry.
It's alright. 22 hours away.
Yeah.
And you texted me.
I texted you, and then afterwards I thought, oh fuck, time difference.
Yeah.
Which is why I didn't send the other one until this morning. So I thought, I know, I'll have a nap and then I'll go and find the Hyatt, so then I know where to go. And then, so I went to bed and then crashed until like 8:30 local time the next morning, which was, so I slept for about 11 hours.
Right.
And then got up. I was like, okay, time to go to the Hyatt.
Oh, I know, yeah, because I remember, I saw your tweet about that, because funny enough, that was the same night that I completely crashed out for 11 hours as well, weirdly. I came home from work, and I thought, well, I got off work at like 3:30 or something like that. I thought, well, I'll go and lie down on my bed at about 5:30 or something like that. I must have fell asleep, and next thing you know, my alarm clock's going off to tell me it's 4:30 the next morning. I completely fell asleep for 11 hours. I was like, what the hell? I didn't even eat my dinner or anything. So obviously I had to go to McDonald's on the way to work and get a breakfast, you know. Had to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I went to the after I got up and got all my stuff together, I went to the Hyatt, and I rang Gavin, and I'm like, okay, I'm outside in the smoking area bit, so just come and find me. And it's like, okay, I'll be like 10 minutes.
What are you doing there? You don't smoke?
I'm like, no, because it's just because it was outside,
right?
And that was where the benches were, and I thought, well, it looked kind of weird if I just walk in and I'm just sat in the lobby going, I don't have any reason to be here. So I'm sat there outside, and I thought, because it's a sunny day anyway, I may as well just sit outside and get some fresh air.
Fair enough.
And then after an hour, I ring him and go, I'm like, I think he's been a while, so I ring him and he goes, dude, where are you? I'm like, I'm just outside. And he's like, I've looked everywhere outside and I can't find you. And then he goes, wait, are you at the right Hyatt? And I'm like, there's more than one? He goes, I don't know. There must be. Oh. And then I asked, and it turned out I was at the Hyatt Regency, and I needed to be at the Hyatt at McCormick. So I've been sat for an hour at the wrong Hyatt. So I was like, fuck. So I had to walk and then get a train that would get me to McCormick Place. And then I finally got to the C2E2, and I'm just sat in the lobby waiting for Gavin again, which he finally found me this time. And then when we were going through, we ran into Denham Juan. It's funny because he comes up to me, he goes, oh, I don't know you yet. I'm like, Andy. And he goes, Andy? Oh, Vaults! It's Denham! I'm like, oh, dude! And then everyone else has recognized me from, like, it was funny when the two Caitlins showed up. Caitlin, Sexy Toaster, and Caitlin, the other Caitlin. Her username is Sexy Toaster. Okay. I don't know why, but those two turn up, and Caitlin just sort of looks to me and goes, hey, and then looks away, and then looks back and goes, oh, hey! You had a journey, and just gives me a big hug. And
hope these people come and say hello in the 50-foot news thread on the forums, because otherwise I won't have a clue who they are.
Yeah. But then it just like I met up with everyone. I met up with Ben by accident. And
I know who he is. I know who Ben is.
Yeah, I met up with Justin on the Friday, and then there was one point where I had to wait until the Friday. I was walking back into the convention, and I saw that Ben in the bit just before you go in. I saw Ben and Justin were stood beside each other, and they hadn't noticed me yet. So I sort of snuck behind a thing, like a big, one of those big, like
a column
stanchion things.
The pillar.
Yeah. I snuck behind there, got my Daniel Craig mask out of my bag, went, I demand marmalade! They both cracked up laughing. It's like today I was going around as a homeless man looking for peas.
All right.
But because I looked like the Chester, I accidentally also looked like Chester A. Bum, from the bum reviews on thatguywiththeglasses.com. I took advantage of that, found a styrofoam cup and drew a dollar sign on it, and started begging people for change.
You should have drawn peas on it.
I should have, yeah. But I was going up. I actually made $3.67 today.
By begging a C2E2.
just by walking around going, change! You got change!
50-foot nerds, we'll take your money.
The best thing about that was...
Well, speaking of money, I need to speak to you in a sec, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Was, basically, Jew Wario and Last Angry Geek from the That Guy with the Glasses site. Well, Jew Wario's not on there anymore, but he used to be. We're filming at C2E2, and as they're filming, talking to the camera, and I walk past in the background in the Chester A. Bum costume, and the guy behind the camera goes, "Stop, guys, it's Chester." And then they both turn around and look at me and just piss themselves laughing and call me over. So I think I might actually be on film.
Awesome.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. So I went, "Hey, Chester." I'm like, "Have you both got change?" I also have a picture of me. I asked R2D2 for change. There was an R2D2 going around. Right. I asked that for change.
I have a picture of me. Warren Davis. I'm going to punch you in the balls, you bastard. I heard the episode. Yeah. I don't work in a bistro. I work in a cafeteria. There's a difference. We're only open 9 to 5.
No, I also saw. I've got a picture of me asking one of the Pyramid Heads from Silent Hill for change, and it's threatening me with a giant sword.
Awesome.
I also asked a guy dressed as the Penguin for change, and his minion shot me.
Okay.
I asked Deadpool for change first, and it actually scared him off. And then later I ran into him again. I went, "Have you got change yet?"
Hang on, you frightened off Deadpool?
Yes.
Freaking hell. That took some doing, didn't it?
Yeah, he goes, "I don't like the bum costume, get away from me."
Jesus.
It's freaking me out. He starts wandering off, so I started chasing after him, yelling, "Change!"
That tells you something when you freaked out Deadpool.
Yeah. And then, I also asked Batman for change. I ran up to Batman and went, "Oh, Dark Knight is the greatest movie I've ever seen in my life. Have you got any change?"
Bat change you wanted?
He goes, "No." And then he goes, "No, I haven't, unfortunately." I said, "Oh, well, back to your duties, good sir." Just walked off.
Something wrong with you.
And I also why? I also have a picture of me asking Jesus for change.
I heard Jesus said yes.
No, he said no, but I can bless your cup. So Ernie's got two pictures where one is me looking expectant and Jesus putting his hand over the cup to bless it. And then the other one is Jesus taking his hands away and the cup's full of like dollar bills. Me looking amazed.
Okay.
Yeah. And so yeah, that's what I've been doing today. It was funny though, because yeah, I also managed to get sounder off Peter Davison.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, you're my hero.
I also have a signed photo of him.
And you jelly bastard!
I paid $25 for it, but.
Oh, dude.
But I've also got one from the guy running the 2000 AD booth, because he's actually the head PR guy for 2000 AD.
Nice.
It was funny because I went over there today to ask about getting a sounder off them.
Yeah.
Because Michael Carroll said he'd probably be helping out at the booth. So I went back to get a sounder off them.
Right.
Then he said, my helper isn't here at the minute, so I've got to run at the booth, but when he's back, come and get me and I'll do a sounder for you.
Awesome.
I was like, okay. So I came, and in the meantime, I come up to the room, got out of the bum costume, and then when I went back, he just looked at me and goes, every single time, have you changed clothes every single time I've seen you? I'm like, yes. And he goes, oh good, I'm not going insane then. Oh, no, it's because earlier you saw me in half a cosplay and now I've just got rid of it. He's like, oh, that makes more sense. Because at the 2000 AD panel, he was the one asking all the questions. I actually went up asking about, I got some interesting information actually, because I went up and I said, I've got 3 questions. And like I said, first, with the IDW... Yeah. No, I wasn't dressed as a bum then.
Oh.
I wasn't dressed as the hobo. I did keep going up to like Ben and Justin and asking them if they knew what my name was, but today. But no, the 2000 AD thing, I said, because you've got the distribution thing with IDW at the minute for Judge Dredd. Have you got any future plans for other like things from the 2000 AD thing, like Strontium Dogs or ABC Warriors?
Yeah.
And then his reply was, no comment. So
awesome.
I went, ooh. So that means yes, basically. So I have no idea what it will be, but most likely Strontium Dogs.
Yeah, Strontium Dogs or Road Trooper, because they're like the 2 big ones.
Yeah, or maybe Slain.
Maybe.
Because they're doing that was the other thing I found out, that they're doing the 30th. It's the 30th anniversary of Slain, so the guy who wrote Slain is coming back and writing a new story, and it's got like a load of the classic artists from the Slain runs doing it.
Awesome.
Which is going to be pretty awesome. And yeah, I also asked if they've got any future plans for the role-playing thing, and I mentioned me and Paul talking about the Games Workshop thing, and they said, and one of the guys there says one of the guys on the panel, oh fuck, not Michael Carroll, shit, I've forgotten his name now, the old editor, he says, if you've still got, if the rights have gone back to you, you should be able to just like put it online as a PDF. And I said, to be fair, if you've lost the material, I think Paul's still got it in his loft if you want it. Which he just laughed at. And then I said, and thirdly, I said, you don't have, they'd already covered that, they can't give official blessing for like Judge Dredd related, like films, because Lionsgate, I think it is, has the official rights for like any
live
Judge
action.
Dredd like live action stuff. Yeah. And I said, what about music? Because I'm thinking like songs, concept albums and stuff for Judge Dredd or any 2000 AD stuff. And he's like, So he's like, I think it, and he started talking about how one of the guys from Portishead actually approached 2000 AD to do the soundtrack for Dredd first.
Right.
And he actually released a Drock album, which you can listen to as a soundtrack instead of the normal one.
Yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah.
Because it's been on the news page apparently, and he said it's basically just a case by case basis. So we'd always be welcome for submissions. And I went, I will be working on that for you then. He goes, okay, fair enough.
Awesome.
And then yeah, I also like afterwards talking to Michael Carroll. Told him about Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds and stuff, and he gave me his card. So maybe we can get him on the podcast.
Sounds good, sir. Sounds good. Have you been spreading the word of the show whilst you've been out there, giving flyers out?
Yes, I left a load of flyers on the pop booth as well.
Awesome.
So yeah, that'll be fun to get. They have to keep. There's one specific one they have to keep moving to the bottom of the lower down in the pile, which is because they noticed people were kind of looking at the pile and going, huh, and then just leaving it. And then Ben realised it was because the one that was on the top was the one where you'd written, "Welcome to the Rape Bistro."
Oh God. Okay.
I was like, okay, that's fair enough.
Yeah.
And like when Justin turned,
that's where the line
when
is.
when Justin turned up, I gave him like the seven flyers. And he's like, "What are these?" And I'm like, "Read through mine." It's like MYEEEE. So yeah, that was fun. And let's see what else. Oh, last night we went on this party bus thing, which was that was fun. We almost got arrested because Chris Ward, who's Panels on Pages guy, and he also used to work for Wizards magazine. He used to write the Magic Ward column, I think it was, or Magic Words column. I cannot remember the name of the column because I'm not familiar with Wizard magazine.
Right.
But he used to write that. I think he almost got arrested for climbing a giant piece of macaroni.
What?
Yeah, because outside the baseball field, for some reason on the other side of the road, there's a giant piece of macaroni that says like "Welcome to Chicago" or some shit. Or it has some stuff about the Chicago on it, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And he's just climbing in and out of it, yelling like, "The Cubs suck. The Louisville something or others are halfway decent, but I don't really follow the sport and all this." I'm like, "Oh God, everyone's going to get arrested." So I just moved away. And then Gavin's like talking about people putting umlauts on their phone numbers, and he's like, he just turns to me. It was a part of a joke, and he's like, he was saying about giving him a false number, like the bus driver was actually like an Eastern European gangster or something, and then just abandoned us because the bus. As soon as Chris Ward was messing around in this giant macaroni, the bus disappeared. We were like, "Oh fuck, he's abandoned us." And then Nyes is like, "Oh, don't worry, I've got their number." And Gavin was like, "Oh, it's a Eastern European gangster. He's giving you a false number." And then he's like, and Gavin's just going, "There's an umlaut on the zero. What does that even mean?" And he just turns to me and goes, "You're a foreigner. Tell me." I said, "Well, if there's an umlaut on the zero." I said, "If there's an umlaut on the zero, that means it's 2 zeros." And he goes, following the joke. And I said, if there's an umlaut on the 1, that means it's 11. And he's just laughing. I said, and if you find an umlaut on the 2, that's just someone being silly. Don't ignore that.
Umlauts on zeros and ones would make binary code so much easier.
Yeah. And then I said, if there's an umlaut on the 3, that's actually the self-destruct button, so you need to throw your phone as far as possible. And then later we're talking about something, and the conversation gets inappropriate, and I'm like, "I need an adult, quick, umlaut 3, umlaut 3!
Getting sex off Jim Phelps.
And Gavin's just pissing himself laughing. And that brings me to the pipe story, because we were on the bus, and I'm sat there with my pipe, because I brought it with me just to look distinguished every so often. I just keep pulling it out of my pocket, putting it in my mouth, see if anyone notices for 5 minutes.
And then you take the pipe out as well?
Yes. And then one of Justin's friends, Justin Justwise, he brought a few friends along that aren't as familiar with the pop site.
Right.
And one of them goes, "So how long have you smoked a pipe?" I went, "I don't." And they sort of look at me with this pipe in my mouth, just like, "Oh, I don't smoke it." they're like, "Then why do you have one?" And I went, "Well,
because I'm English."
No, I said in the UK, right?
When you're born, you're all given a pipe.
Yeah. No, close. I said it's you're not allowed to smoke until you're 18. So when you turn on your 18th birthday, everyone in the UK gets a letter from the Queen and a pipe. It's a legal requirement at the age of 18 to own a pipe. But it isn't the legal requirement is just to own it. You don't have to actually smoke it. And And there's a few of them that could tell I was joking, but those two, I think, thought I was being serious.
Do you know what? I'm going to start using that from now on. That's my new thing from now on. If I ever meet a foreigner, I'm going to actually tell them that.
Nice. But then I continued to tell people that the rest of the night.
We got a pipe from the Queen.
Yeah. No, it was funny because then I think the guy I was talking to may have thought I was serious because afterwards he was like, "Oh yeah, I used to have this pipe collection that I just sold. I should have just sold it to you." I'm like, "No, seriously, dude, I don't need it." But yeah, that was funny because apparently Juan heard me from the other end of the bus, and he's just pissing himself laughing, knowing I'm not being serious. And these guys just looking at me in utter fascination, like, "Really?" And I'm like, yeah, this is how England works. And it's like me and Amanda, she's been like, "Do you guys have English muffins?" I'm like, "No, because no, what the fuck's an English muffin?" And I'm like, "It's not English."
An English muffin is, you know what bacon and egg McMuffins come in? Yeah, it's one of them, but whole.
I said that's pretty much the only place we have it is in McDonald's.
Yeah.
We don't have them normally, and she's like, "I've been lied to," because she goes, at first, she said, "Does it, it's like with nooks and crannies." I'm like, "What the fuck are you on about?" And then she showed me a picture, and I said, "I just look." No, she was talking about an English McMuffin, but that's an English muffin. But that's what I said it was. She showed me. I went, "That's just some shitty bread replica of a crumpet." And then everyone in the hotel room at the time pissed themselves laughing, and she's like, "Well, what about?" And they're saying, like, I said about plaiting hair. And she's like, "What the fuck's plaiting?" I'm like, and she goes, "Braiding." I'm like, "No." And she goes, "You mean braiding?" I went, "No, braiding has beads and shit."
Like them Negro girls working in the cotton fields. Wow, I do declare.
Yeah, that's what they said. "No, you're talking about, like, what, Jamaican braids." I'm like, well, still, that's a braid. I mean plaiting. And then, like, it was just the language barrier is funny.
Language barrier. We all speak English. They just speak it wrong.
Yeah, precisely. I've been educating them.
You can hear them drop the U's out of their words and using Z's instead of S's.
Yeah. No. What else happened? On that bus journey when we went to White Castle, so I've tried White Castle.
What's it like?
It's like I got chicken rings. It was funny because Justin goes, "You ever heard of chicken rings?" Yeah, chicken rings. It's like he says to me, "Have you ever heard of chicken rings?" And I go, first it didn't click, so I went, "Yes." Wait, no, what the fuck?
Is it like an onion ring but filled with chicken?
He said it's basically like one of them says it's just like a chicken nugget with a hole in it, and I'm like, well, that's fucking stupid. I want the meat where the hole was.
Yeah.
I may as well just have a chicken nugget.
Well, think of it like a polo.
Yeah. And so I got some chicken rings.
Chicken.
Well, while we were in there, both Caitlins were like already drunk. So at that point, it was weird. I'm waiting for my order, and then they both sidle up to me and put their arms around me, and they're like, "Andy, so what's it? So how are you over here?" And like start asking me to say all these words that is apparently a Love Actually reference, like
You'd fuck
table
the chicken, take them back to the hotel straight there. Huh?
Hey?
I said, fuck the chicken, take them straight back to the hotel. That's what I would have done.
Yeah. They were basically.
But you know me.
They were giggling and stuff, and I'm like, okay, this is possibly the most exciting part of the bus journey so far.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure neither of them are single, like, but whatever.
Tell me.
And then
It probably still would have stopped me, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah, but that's you. But then later in the bus, because the bus had a stripper pole.
Oh yeah.
So
you
the
got
first person to get on it.
Throw on your Zatanna cosplay.
No, the first person to get on it was Chris Ward.
Oh, yeah.
So we had this dude, he just climbed on it and just started spinning around and all this shit, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing, man? And then,
pole dance, whatever.
Hey?
I said he was giving you a pole dance.
And then, what?
I said he was giving you a freaking pole dance, Jesus.
No, I wasn't sat next to the pole at that point.
No, at that point, you moved there closer when he got on there, though.
No, later on in the night, I was practically sat in the middle of the bus where the pole was. I was just like, this is going to be useless for a fireman. And then,
that's why Adam West isn't there. It's because he has his back on the pole.
Yeah.
Oh no! I hurt my back in the bus.
Yeah. No, it was great though later because I got into a conversation with Jose off the main podcast, and we're talking about it, and he's like, "So, welcome to America." And I'm like, "Is it always like this?" He goes, "On a weekend, on a weekend, yeah." He says on a weekend, yeah. I'm like, "Oh God." And he goes, "Don't worry, it's only Friday." I'm like, "Oh Jesus." All of a sudden, the Caitlin White, not sexy toaster Caitlin, comes back, and then she's on the pole, and then all of a sudden, just like practically sits on my knee and leans back on me, and she's like, "So, what do you think of the US so far?" I'm like, "Well, earlier I was slightly confused, but now it's kind of awesome."
Earlier I was confused, but now erection. I mean, it's good.
I think she felt the erection.
And if she wasn't, I certainly was going to.
Exactly. No, but no, it was funny. But on the show floor, she's doing a rogue cosplay. She's done it like yesterday and today, and her rogue cosplay is actually pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Foxy and the other Caitlin and Foxy are both doing sketches. That was what I did all of yesterday. I've got a shit ton of art to bring back. It's like I've got a commission off Adam Hicks. I'm getting him to do an Optimus Prime for in Connor's bedroom.
Awesome.
To go on the wall like a full color, and he's leaving that till last because he said one of his favorite things to draw is Transformers. So that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I went to get my art commission off Foxy, which is a Huntress, which looks fucking gorgeous.
Oh yeah, you told me about this, yeah.
Oh yeah, I tweeted it, and that was only the pencils and inks with color. Oh man, it's just like one of the best art pieces ever, and I fucking love her for that. It's just amazing. And I went to Caitlin's booth, Sexy Toaster Caitlin, and paid her $20 and to pre-order her Beyond Toast book, art book thing, and also get like a quick head sketch of me. So she did so she did the sketch of me. It's funny because it's like you see a bit of my t-shirt and she's just written generic metal shirt on it. and then it's got me apparently saying, "Don't you love my cute British accent?" I was like, huh, fair enough. Because she was going to write "God Save the Queen" or something on it. I said, "Don't write that."
Yeah, you're not a sex pistol.
I said, "Yeah." Depends what night you get me on.
Pole dance for me, baby.
Yeah. But no, so I've got a sketch off her. And I also started I bought a new sketchbook. I've started that off.
Right.
So I'm going to start getting sketches off people.
Awesome.
The theme for the book so far is I'm giving it to. I'm basically going up to people and going, "Do you have the ability to hold a pen?"
Do you know the
yes,
words of Isabel Kingdom Brunel?
Yeah, pretty much. Like, excuse me, but do you know the works of Isambard Kingdom Brunel? So I was yeah. So that's going to be my next sketchbook. This one so far, it's because I was yes. I'd just be like, do you know the works of his Mad Kingdom Brunel? Draw your favourite. So people are like, do you want me to draw a character? I'm like, no, a bridge.
No, I wish to see your interpretation of the Clifton Suspension Bridge.
Yeah. Quick, draw a steam engine for me. But, no, I was debating on what theme that it should be. I was like, oh, it'll just be for, like, whatever character I fancy. And I was debating who to get as the first sketch. And I was stood at the Superfly booth, and I just went, hold on.
Who would you like me to draw? Your mum.
No, and then, if I'd asked Caitlin for that, she totally would have. Because she's... She's real. She really likes your mum jokes, so she's constantly saying them. It's hilarious. But
everybody loves the your mum joke.
Yeah. But I was at the Superfly booth and I thought, hold on, Tony's drawn an Adventure Time sketch cover as a joke. So I basically just handed over the thing and goes, hey dude, do you want to be the first sketch in my new sketchbook? He goes, I can't draw. I'm like, I know. I just think it'll be funny.
Read. Now we've both given our dirty secrets away. Why did you have to bring it up, Tony? You've opened up old wounds, you bastard.
Yeah. But,
fuck you, Tony. You run away like a girl. Clutching your sketchbook to your chest.
Yeah. And then, but it was funny because he goes, okay, what do you want me to draw? I said, whatever you want. He goes, you are aware you're giving me free license now. And I'm like, yeah. So what he drew was the Bukraken.
Oh God.
I don't know if you've heard about the Bukraken.
Doesn't sound pleasant.
Basically, it's like a kraken that's also like one of those Japanese tentacle rape monster things.
That's what it sounded like, yeah.
Yeah, and it's battling a fire.
That's what I would have drawn.
Yeah, it's battling a fire spider.
Of course, as you do.
Yeah. So far, the only semi-serious drawing in there is Katie Cook did she's the. After I took it to Tony, I took it to Lee, so he drew a Cyclops that says, oh, Cyclops above it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't see you there, Cyclops.
Yeah. And then, which, I'm sure I told you about that. That's based on the whole thing where I was guesting on the Popcast for Pop Appreciation thing, and I was doing my Emma Frost impression. I just went, oh, Cyclops! And that's become, apparently everyone associates me with that now.
Yes.
That was how Nyes introduced himself to me. He just came around the corner. I didn't realise he was there, and I just heard someone scream, oh, Cyclops! I turned around and saw him stood there. But, no, so he drew that, and then Katie Cook drew Gronk from her book, her internet comic Gronk, because I bought both volumes of that offer.
Awesome.
And because I bought both volumes of that, she gave me the sketch for free, which was cool.
Yay.
And then I took it round to Dirk Manning, author of Nightmare World. And I says, do you want to draw in my sketchbook? He goes, I'm not the artist. I'm like, I know, but you can hold a pen drawing it.
Yeah, bitch.
So he goes, okay, fair enough. Because he recognized me straight off, so he knew I was Vaults of Extoth. And he goes, because when he was signing the Nightmare World trades, because he goes, you can buy one, or you can buy two and get one free, so you can get all three of them. I went, well, I'll do that then. And he signed all three of them, and he goes, right, do you want it signed to Andy or Vaults of Extoth? I went, fuck it, sign it to Vaults of Extoth. And he goes, yes, I was hoping he'd say that. And then he said, let me guess, is it Vaults plural? I'm like, yes. And he goes, of. And he's like, Extoth. Is it EXTOTH? I'm like, yes, it is. And he's like, yes, two in a row. So he does that. And then I said, there you go, draw my sketchbook. So he's messing around with a pen. And he basically drew a safe with a pentagram on it. And then underneath he wrote, it's a vault. A vault of Extoth!
Oh! I see what he did there.
And then, yeah. And then, Shane, oh fuck, I've still forgotten his last name. Shane,
Ward
look.
From X Factor.
No.
McMahon?
No. fucking hell.
Warren, the cricketer?
He's, no, he does all of the, he's done a load of art for Dirk Manning before, and he drew a sketch of me being attacked by Cthulhu.
Awesome.
Which was pretty cool.
I remember when that happened.
And then,
you weren't best pleased.
And then, pardon?
I said, I remember when that happened. You weren't very happy about it.
No. But, yeah, now I've left my sketchbook with Foxy and Caitlin and just said, here's money, draw whatever the hell you like.
It's going to be called Cox.
Probably.
And drawings of penises as well.
That means they like me. No, but yeah, it's a fun sketchbook so far, and what else have I bought artwork wise? The most expensive thing was a set of 2 prints for like $90 or something, which was these Lovecraft Nightmares prints. And the main reason I bought them because I was walking past a booth, stopped, went back and said to Andy, who's with me, who's also a metalhead, I said, "Dude, isn't that the cover for the Cause of, for Obituary's album, Cause of Death?" And he goes, "Yeah, it is." So I was like, "Oh, dude, I've got to buy that." So I bought that, and so I've got, because it's a set of 2, I've got both of those art pieces. I've got 3 prints of like Warhammer 40k themed stuff. Awesome. I've got I went to Tim Seeley and Mike Norton and bought 2 prints themed on Revival.
Did you not manage to get a sounder from Tim Seeley?
I haven't yet, but I'm going to go back for a sketch, so I'm going to get a sounder off him then.
Awesome.
It's because I didn't have my camera at the time, and I said I'll be back to sketch at some point anyway, and he goes, "All right, cool."
Oh. Awesome.
Yeah, I've got the sketch of Foxy and off Kate. I got a print off Rachel Deering, the author of Anathema, and like she worked on the monstrology thing that Tad's on, that he did a writing for a blob story on. Yeah. I unfortunately, speaking of monstrology, that didn't. I was hoping that'd get printed out and I get my printed copy before I came, because I could have got to sign that and I could have got Tad to sign it too. But unfortunately not. So I'm going to have to get Tad to sign it next time I'm here, because I'm definitely coming again next year because it's fun. And you should save up to try and get here too.
If I can come next year, mate, I'll definitely try and get over next year. No,
yeah.
That one, yeah.
And but yeah, I went up to Rachel Deering and she immediately knew it was me, because I walked up, plonked the Cannibal Corpse album Kill on the table and went, "I believe you'd sign this for me." And she goes, "Oh yeah." She's like, "Where do you want me to sign it?" And I said, "Just look," because she's trying to open it, and she's like, "You've got a different version than me." Because I got the special 2-disc edition, whereas she's obviously just got the normal one. And she goes, "I don't know," because she's trying to, it's in this cardboard sleeve, so she's trying to take it out. So, because she thought it was one of those where it's the big cardboard sleeve around the fold-up bit with 2 discs in it.
Yeah.
So she's trying to do that. I went, "Oh no, let me open it." But it's one of these weird special cases, so you push it in and then you pull it out, and like one disc slides out one side and one disc slides out the other side.
Right, because that's not confusing at all, huh?
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but I did that one, whoop, and she goes, "Oh, that's funky." So I pulled out the booklet and gave that to her, and she goes, "Where do you want me to sign it?" I said, "Sign it next to your favourite track on the album." So she chose 5 Nails Through the Neck, and I was like, "Nice choice, that's my favourite too." Because that song is awesome.
And then you made sweet passionate love right there, bonding over your love of the music.
Not really, she's a married lesbian.
Wouldn't stop me, sir.
Kinda would. It wouldn't have stopped you trying.
This is true.
But, yeah, I also bought, because I said I only have issue 1 of Anathema, I bought the print and I bought a Anathema trade off her. So, I've got so many trades and stuff to read on the way back. I've also, I bought the 3 Nightmare World trades. I got the Anathema trade, which I got signed too. Let's see, what else did I get? I bought the manga-sized book of the Dark Judges, which was funny because I went to the thing, to the 2000 AD booth, and I was like, I know it seems weird that I'm buying this when it says normally only available in the UK, and I'm like, well, I can get this anytime at home, but I really want something to read on the plane on the way back. And then I went back later and I went, yeah, I said I wanted that book for on the plane on the way back. Totally read it already, so I need something else. So I bought a trade of ABC Warriors.
Nice.
Yeah, because I really like the ABC Warriors stuff in like Prog 1-800 onwards. So he said, get the trade. So I've got that as well. So and the Gronk books. So yeah, indeed. It's going to be fun. I also got 2 Portal Sentry Turret like blind box things with the different art on the turrets.
Funny enough,
and
I was going to pick one of them up today. Funny enough, whilst I was in town, I didn't. I didn't in the end.
No, they're fun though because those come with. I've got a normal one and I've got one with a big blue target on the front of it, and I've got one of the larger ones with a light up LED that you press a button on the side and it says phrases from the game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and then that's pretty much all I've bought really. The only thing was the only problem was Zoe sent me tweets and stuff like that, and sent me a message saying Connor's money hasn't gone through. I'm like, well, that's weird because I've checked my balance and checked everything, and I've not spent more money than I normally would a month because of the conversion and stuff. So what's going on? And then I realised. I don't think I actually told my bank I was going on holiday. So they've just seen all these transactions coming out in the US and thought, fuck, someone's stolen this card. And frozen my account. Yeah, so I need to, I've been trying to get that sorted, but I haven't managed to yet, so hopefully I'll get that sorted before the weekend's out. And if not, then when I get back on Tuesday, going into Huddersfield anyway, so I'll just head to one of the Halifax branches and say, yeah, that was me making those transactions, so authorise them, please.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Well, you're not the only one who's been buying comics, by the way.
Right.
No, I went into town today, and, sorry, Creasy's bed, sorry. No, I went into town today, because I had a few things to do. I had to, what's that? Yeah. I had, a couple of t-shirt orders that needed to get sent out, and because they were kind of urgent orders, I didn't get them from our normal supplier. So,
which t-shirts?
I had to do one for Joe, had to do one for Paul, and I had to do another one.
We still owe Demonica a shirt.
I know we do. But speaking of t-shirts, I'm going to have to announce it here, because of the postage charges and what have you, I'm going to have to put them up to 20 quid. Because it cost me 20 quid to get them sent out. So, yeah.
Yeah, we can't just charge 15.
Yeah, because I'm losing 5 quid a t-shirt here, so no, it's no good. So, yeah, 20 quid. 20 quid. Yes, no, Joe's is on its way now. That's, he's got his own, personalised one. Did one for Paul, he's got his own personalised one now. And I did I've got Sexy Hands one. That's on its way out now as well. So I had to get, I get into town for about 11:20 this morning. Goes up to the print shop and says, I need a few t-shirts doing. He said, when do you need them by? I said, this afternoon. He said, right. He says, I've got the, I need something written on the back, and I've got a picture here that needs to go on the front, being the logo. Yeah. He said, me picture the t-shirt machine's broken. I was like, balls. He said, is it pictures or words on the front? I said, well, it's only words. He said, well, I can do that. I was like, oh, okay. Then he said, which font do you want it in? And I looked on his choice of fonts there, and it doesn't, the ones that we've had don't quite match the ones that me and you've got already. They don't quite match up to the logo, but they're close enough to be, close enough anyway. Yeah. I mean, when Paul's already got his now, I'm sure there'll be a picture of him in his t-shirt up online soon enough, so you'll get to see what it looks like. And put it this way, they do look very acceptable. The font on the back is still exactly the same as we've got as well, so don't worry about that.
Cool.
So yes, so they're on their way. I say the only reason I had to go to the printers for them was because they were literally last minute. I couldn't get them off our regular guy because I would have had to wait a week for them. So,
Okay.
so there's that. So, but whilst I was in town, he said to me, if you want them for this afternoon, you're going to have to wait probably about 2.5, 3 hours. I was like, no worries, I'm in town anyway, I've got things to do. I had a stinking headache as well. It was awful. But I thought, you know what, sod it, I've got things, I'll just bimble around. So, Forbidden Planet is just over the road from the t-shirt shop. So I thought, I'll go and have a little walk around in there. And seeing as you were in there the other week, I haven't been in since they've done it all up. It's actually a lot brighter now. It's a lot, it used to be really, really like dark and dingy and horrible. But last time when you were in there, did they have the big female gremlin up on the wall?
I think so. Yeah, they had stuff hanging from the ceilings and shit.
Yeah, they had the female.
But it just seemed all white and sterile.
It does.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it is.
It doesn't have atmosphere to it like a comic shop really should.
That's it. Yeah.
It feels like a chain rather than a shop.
Well, it is a chain. That's
that. I know, but I mean, they should still have a, because the one I went to in Leeds actually still had a bit of a comic shop feel to it.
Yeah,
but
that Forbidden Planet has really changed over time. But
the guys behind the counter were seemed a bit like
they were just they seemed to me just like, oh, we work in a comic shop kind of deal, just like just we work in a shop. Not we work in a comic shop, we work in a shop. That's what they felt like, you know what I mean? But, so I went in there, I had a mooch around, didn't buy anything at that point. And I thought, right, okay, I know. I'll go and see Sarah, because it was getting on to, by the time I've been to the print shop, been to Lord's Part, it was about 12 o'clock, Forbidden Planet, it was about 12 o'clock. So I thought, well, I'll go and see
technique, by the way.
Sarah, yeah, I was just about to say that. Sarah is our technical boffin. She fixes my computer when it's broken and all this kind of nonsense. And she's awesome. And I haven't seen her for a while, with working and very, very, very hard at the moment. And she works in town, so I went to go and see her and see if she was on her dinner. So I went to go and see her and that, and unfortunately, no, she wasn't on her dinner for a few hours. I was like, well, you know what, I'm starving, so if you're around, give us a text and I'll come and say hi again, but if not, no. So went had me dinner, and actually no, first of all, on my way to go and get me dinner, I had to stop into the chemist's and find some headache tablets. And I was asking the chemist, I was like, which one of these will act the fastest? Because my head is pounding. So we were like, well, there's these ones which are maximum strength, but these ones are liquid based, so they'll work in 10 minutes. So give me the 10 minutes ones, and I'll just take twice the amount. And she's like, you can't do that, you'll overdose. I'm like, I'll live, don't worry. So I'm taking like 28 tablets at a time, trying to get rid of this stinking headache. Goes and have me dinner. Gives a bit of time in there, and I thought, right, okay, before I head back up to the print shop, I'll go to Worlds Apart. Now Worlds Apart are awesome. Hello to anyone from Worlds Apart, if you're listening, or anyone who's come to us from Worlds Apart, because I took the rest of the flyers. Took them with me and asked the guys there if there's any chance they can put them on the counter or put them in the bags next Saturday, which is Free Comic Book Day. And they were like, yeah, no worries. So I went in there and
when I went in there, they seemed a bit quiet, but I think that could have possibly been because me and my sister aren't regulars.
Maybe.
Like it was our very first time in there, and they were in the middle of a conversation. I kind of interrupted them when I went up to the thing. I walked up to the counter and I basically just stood there, and because I didn't want to interrupt, but.
No, don't worry about it, no. So I'm in there, and let's see, what did I get? Right.
The shop's fucking awesome.
It is, it's bloody mate. If you ever get a chance to go there, let me, it's the wrong. Let me get the thing up on my phone here. If you're ever in Liverpool, go and visit Worlds Apart comic shop. It's, where is it? Sorry, I'm just trying to find their Twitter account here. Because I did tweet about it earlier. There we go. Right. Worlds Apart, okay, at Worlds Apart _LIV, okay? That's their Twitter account. You can find them at 58 to 60 Lime Street, Liverpool, L1 1JN, and they're also on 0151 707 0839. Give them a call and say hello, and what have you, and just go into the shop because they're awesome. Tell them we sent you. You know what I mean? Yeah. And so I was in there. I was having a good mooch about, and I didn't realise this. Somehow they slipped me by. Remember we were talking about Army of Darkness? They were doing the crossover with Hackslash. Well,
yeah.
Apparently there's an Army of Darkness ongoing series at the moment, and I didn't even realise it. It's up to issue 12.
Oh, awesome.
It's up to issue 12, and I didn't even know. So I got issues 10, 11, and 12. So I've got to get on eBay and try and get the rest in. But so
you should be releasing the rest soon then.
Yeah. So I picked that up. I bought New 52 Batman Volume 1 trade paperback on that, and then cool. I went up to the counter and I said to the guy there, I can't remember his name off the top of my head now, I apologise for this. I says to him, I'm looking to get a Superman trade. As the thing is, though, it occurs to me looking at my comics collection, I don't really own any Superman. I've got him in a group setting with the Justice League. I've got a Bizarro trade, but I've not actually got anything Superman on his own. I said, is there any collection you can recommend that'll kind of like give me more of a sense of his character? Because as much as I know about him, I don't really know him. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, I've read Death and Return of Superman. Everyone's read that, but I don't really know him.
I haven't.
You've never read Death and Return? You need to go and remedy that right now. I'll
go down to. I already told Superfly that I'll probably buy a couple more things off him.
Well, there was a complete collected edition of all the Death and Return of Superman in Forbidden Planet today for £75. I was sorely tempted to get it, but no, I didn't bother. I did end up buying over £100 worth of comics. But so what I did is, so it says to him on the counter, it says, what would you recommend? He said, well, Superman Red Sun is really good. I said, I was thinking about getting that, but that's obviously with it being an Elseworlds tale. What are you tapping? Stop tapping.
Sorry.
I said, would that be in an Elseworlds tale? It's not quite the Superman we know. He's like, yeah, fair enough. He said, well, have you tried Superman Earth 1? I said, well, no. He said, that's really, really, really good. He said, it's Joe Straczynski, and I was like, ooh. But then I thought, well, that's kind of an Elseworlds tale as well. And he's like, no, but it's still Superman, but it's a modern contemporary take on his origin story. So I thought, you know what? Yeah, we'll have a go with that. So I ended up buying both volumes of that in hardcover trade. So I've got them here. So I got them from there, and then when I headed back up to the print shop to pick up the t-shirts, the guy he said to me, he said, I'll be about another 20 minutes. I said, okay. So I went and killed time at Forbidden Planet, and whilst I was in there, I ended up picking up Nightwing New 52, Volume 1, Traps and Trapezes, and for some reason, I just realised while I was in there, this was completely missing from my collection, Alan Moore Killing Joke. For some reason, I didn't own it. So I thought, you know what, I'll remedy that right now and buy that. So yes.
I've got that.
Yeah, well, that's say. It's one of those ones that you assume you've got, but when I thought about it, I thought, no, it's not actually in my collection. So I bought that as well. So I made a nice big addition to the comics collection today. So the t-shirts were done. I headed down to the post office and sent them on their way. So hopefully these people should have their t-shirts fairly soon. Paul's got his now. I saw him today as I went to see Iron Man with him. He was very pleased with his t-shirt. On the back of his it says, it's got the 50-foot nerds on the front, and on the back it says 12 inches, and in brackets underneath that, Goosh. And it's Goosh with 3 O's.
Nice.
Yes. So yes, so he was very happy with that. So that was my day anyway.
Yeah.
Yes.
Your day is almost finished, isn't it?
It is 20 to 1 in the morning now, so I'm in the future!
Yeah, you are.
Yes.
Because for me, it is 20 to 7.
I know, it's the 28th of April for me. It's Sunday.
Holy Christ!
Wow.
It's Saturday for me still.
Wow.
No. Oh,
What are you
this
doing?
is the scariest. I'm flipping my thing around because I thought I'd got something stuck to the back of my tablet, but apparently not. I stuck a C2E2 sticker to the back of it, but I thought I'd got a cable stuck on it or something, but no.
Yeah. Okay. So,
But that, and I'm walking around the room.
Oh, right, okay.
But yeah, I've been giving flyers to people, so that was fun.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah, you definitely need to come next year, and then we can do. Oh man, next year, if more people have listened to our show, we should cosplay as more things from our show. That's one reason why, talking about sounders we do want though. I don't know whether I can get Felicia Day because I think she'd be up for doing it, but the line is so fucking long.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I may have to. I might not be able to. Jason David Frank, his line's going down a bit. I'll probably be able to get one off him.
Awesome.
Because one of the things that he said in the panel, because I went to see the Jason David Frank panel. I've only been in 2
Tell him
panels
we did a
so
commentary
far.
on Power Rangers the movie.
I am going to.
Awesome.
That's what's related to it is the fact that he
His sounder must say, I'm Jason David Frank, aka Tommy the Green Ranger, and you're listening to Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds. Oh, my face!
Yeah. So far, I've been getting people to say, I've had to write it down for Peter Davison and for the dude and for Mike at the 2000 AD booth. Because they were like, what do you want me to say? I'm like, basically, who you are, and say, and you're listening to the Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds podcast on the Panels on Pages podcast network. And they're like, okay, that's quite long. Can you write it down for me? Although, that's what Peter Davison said. And then the 2000 AD guy goes, hold on, I'll do it in 2 takes. So he said his name and stuff first, and then he said that I told him the other bit. So he said that, got it wrong, and went, hold on, I'll write it down. And he starts writing it down. I'm like, what sort of weird fucking alien language is that? He goes, oh, I used to be a journalist. It's shorthand. I'm like, oh.
What kind of weird alien language is that? At which point his face splits over and and off
he's
through the convention hall.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
And then Bill Coulson came in to track him down.
Yeah. But, yeah, I had to write it down from them. So, what I was going to tell Jason David Frank was because at the panel yesterday, someone asked him what his favourite villain was. His answer, Ivan Ooze.
Yay!
Right?
You could call me
So
Tommy.
I was going to go up to him.
You could call me Jason, and you could call me David, and you could call me Frank.
Yeah. Then I was going to go up to him and be like, I was at the panel yesterday. I love Power Rangers. I'm showing my son Power Rangers. You said your favourite villain is Ivan Ooze. He has become a recurring character on my podcast because me and my friend Mike started off our very first commentary track we ever did was on the Power Rangers movie. And then I might embellish it a bit and say, currently Ivan Ooze is working on a mixtape with Voldemort.
Do you know what?
But he seems like a cool guy, so I'd be able to go, would you be able to do a sounder for our show? And he'd probably be like, yeah, sure.
In fact, instead of at my face, you're listening to the Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds podcast on the PCN network. Release the Tengu Warriors!
Yeah.
There you go. Oh, God. Oh, what's that one he does in the movie? It's time! I hate that line.
Which line?
That line reading he's got it's like, cause he waits up all night just after he's become friggin' ninjetti or whatever it is. And he's there with the sun up and Kimberly comes over to him and they're heading back to Earth and he just turns around to her and he just goes, it's time! Or whatever it is. Oh God, it's weird.
Yeah.
He doesn't say time with a T, he says it with a D. It's time. It's so strange. But yeah. Oh man, if you could get him, I'd be so made up.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I'd say want to come next year.
Well, yeah, at least I've managed to get 2 so far, so that's cool.
Yeah, man, it's, it's as many as I've got in 12 months.
Although, to be fair, the sounders I've got so far, I could have easily just got in Britain.
Well, no.
That's the only problem with them so far, because it's like...
You've got 2 English
Peter
people,
Davison go to a British Doctor Who thing. 2000 AD, based in Britain, so I could just go to a 2000 AD thing. I could have just got those sounders in the UK, but whatever.
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, try and find an American one.
Yeah, I'll try and get Jason David Frank next, and then, I don't know, just... I'm going to get Tim Seeley as well.
Yeah,
I'll try at least.
When are you going to get Lee?
Lee?
Yeah.
I could do.
Yeah, I thought you said you were going to get one off Lee, just going, I'm Lee.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Just say, I'm Lee and you're listening to Attack of the 50-Foot Nerds. Yeah, I'll ask him about that later tonight.
Okay.
I'll take my camera down with me and then do that.
Yeah, awesome.
Oh. Indeed.
Oh. I thought we were going to have, other people with you today, so we were going to have, special guests in and stuff also.
Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, I asked them if we wanted to, and most of them were like, yeah, cool. It turned out this call was at the same time as the Brian Posehn thing, so I thought that panel would have finished by now, so people would be wandering in and dropping stuff off, so we could have had cameos or whatever the fuck. But
is it a panel or a stand-up show, or...?
I think it's a
bit of both.
It's a stand-up show.
Kev's on tonight, isn't he?
But yeah, he is, but I don't have tickets for that.
No.
Yeah, but so I figured he'll tour the UK with Jay and Silent Bob's super groovy cartoon movie. So
yes, he is. He's gonna do that at some point. Yes. When he does that, we've so got to go.
Pardon?
We're gonna go to that when he comes over.
Yeah, definitely.
Look, we have to. It's like the rules.
It's the unwritten rule of the nerds.
We have
It's in the big book of laws.
It's the rules. Yes, it's in the big
book of laws.
In the big book of laws. Nice callback there.
Along with don't read sausage rolls to horses.
Don't read sausage rolls. Oh.
Yeah. No, that's no. It's like don't feed sausage rolls to horses
after midnight and don't get them wet.
Yeah,
that's right, isn't it?
Because otherwise they explode.
Yeah.
No, it's like that's that tweet that I said I put like what was it that I actually tweeted when I was like Chicago prepared to be skull. Oh, that was it. Chicago prepared to be skull fucked. That's how that meme works, right?
Yes, that was it. That was a bit.
And then yeah, I was seriously tempted to put Chicago, welcome to my rape bistro, but I thought maybe that's pushing it. All right, I've told a couple of the guys here because Andy, because he keeps making dark jokes. And I said I've got one for you, and then I told him the one from the other recording that we did.
Right.
You know which joke I mean.
Oh, that one. Right.
Yeah. He thought it was hilarious.
Oh, well, maybe when we release that commentary in a couple of weeks' time.
He also said, yeah, you should probably wait a couple of weeks.
Yes, we're going to.
But since then, I also made a terrorist joke while we were in the room. And I said maybe I shouldn't say those things in America. And then
don't say them in the airport. I know that much.
One said, you can make those jokes in the small groups with us, but when you're out on the show floor, probably not.
Yeah.
And I said, it's not like, and then we went off on this massive scenario where I'm walking around, like, threatening to blow people up with explosive tea bags. And I'm like, because I said, because they said,
some call you a terrorist, others a teacher.
No, they said all these people would start tackling me, and I said, and I'd yell from underneath the pile, "This is revenge for the Boston Tea Party."
Oh.
You know, the Boston Tea Party, where they threw all the tea in the bath in the sea.
The bath.
In the bath. That's because
We're talking
that's
about
because,
the British in here.
That's because Juan keeps saying that there's going to be there's going to be a Chicago Tea Party, and he's going to throw my pack of tea in the bath.
Did you seriously?
I said that better fucking not be. Pardon?
Did you really take tea on holiday with you?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you're so English.
Well, that was the point, because I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get a nice cup of tea over here, a proper cup of tea.
You are so English. I wasn't sure if I would be able to get a nice cup of tea.
No, but
Christ.
It's been funny, because they were like talking about English muffins. I'm like, no, and I'm like, it's like French toast. It's like we have eggy bread, and like, what's that? And I'm like, where you get
that eggy bread's a northern thing, though. That's not even just a UK thing; it's a northern thing.
Ah.
Mm.
But no, it's because I told them about eggy bread, and they were like, "What? Do you not put cinnamon in it?" And I'm like, well, "Who the fuck put cinnamon in this?" Yeah, that's how
sick demented people are you hanging out with?
Yeah, that's apparently how French toast is made over here. They have like sugar and cinnamon and all sorts of weird shit, and you have it with like syrup and stuff. And I'm like, that makes no sense. You just get the bread, dip it in the egg thing, fry it up, and serve it with baked beans. And they're like, "What the fuck?"
I bet these people don't even know what a black pudding is.
Oh, they know what a black pudding is, but Andy says to me, "Do you eat black pudding?" I'm like, "No, because I'm not really keen on it, but it is an English thing." And it's like, he said, "What about jellied eels?" And I'm like, "I don't know what the fuck gave you people the idea that jellied eels is a common UK food, because I said the first time I ever heard of this was when some American guy, I was watching a video from an American guy going, "Oh, I'm eating stereotypical British food. Here's some jellied eels." And I'm like, fuck, that's British.
Do you know what the stereotypical British food is that we had at this event the other week that I was working at with? It was run by Spanish people. It was roast beef. That was it.
Roast beef?
Yeah, that was it. Not even like fish and chips or anything like that. It was just roast beef. You know, an animal that's found the world over. Yeah, a meal that's found the world over. Yeah, that's typically English. Let's take this cow and stick it in an oven and see what happens. Yeah,
Yeah.
English invented that.
Yeah, apparently. But it's like I said, what was it? Fuck. Yeah, we were talking about all sorts of shit like that, and then Amanda keeps saying that currently we've got an Add to Andy dictionary going on because she keeps getting confused by all the terms I'm using. And they keep questioning me about different English words. And
You'd have fun with me being a scouser then.
Yeah. Well, so far, people, whenever they mention, they're like, "Oh, we're off to have English muff."
English muff, eh?
Muffins.
I wouldn't mind an English muff.
Yeah. They said, neither would I, to be fair, but, or American muff.
I was gonna say, you're in America, dude. You can get American. Dude, you've got an English accent and you're in America. How haven't you gotten laid by now? You've been there for 3 days.
I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Oh, what's going on with you?
I've no idea.
Just get it done. Promise me before you go home, before you get back on the plane, promise me you've put your dick inside something female. Seriously, dude.
I will try my best, sir.
No. Promise me. There's no it's like Yoda. Do or do not. There is no try. You are not coming home. I will phone the airport and tell them not to let you back on the plane until you've gotten your dick wet.
Dude, it might that's probably not a good idea. It might result in me having to rape something in order to get home.
Dude, stay out the bistro, okay? It's all that matters.
Stay out the bistro. But no, we were back to the English thing. Yeah, I did make that comment to the Caitlins yesterday though, because I said when
I want to write something.
I said no. Tito did say I really like English accents, so if I'm drunk, I may try and stick my dick in your mouth. And I said, no.
Dude, right now, any hole's a goal, so just do it.
No, he said he was going to stick his dick in my mouth.
I'm saying, if Tito's got a hot will of mouth, just get it done. You know, it's
no, he didn't.
It wasn't
say
on the
he'd give
agenda,
me a
but you know.
blowjob.
You are?
Yeah. I said he didn't say he'd give me a blowjob. He'd make me give him one.
Yeah, well,
apparently.
Oh well.
It was all right. He spent the end of the night throwing up into a free comic book day bag.
To be fair, you did say that you. Great. You did say that you were going to be giving out blowjobs.
Yeah, I did almost make that comment when he said it. I was like, I almost did say, to be fair, I did say I would just charge money for that. Yeah. So,
you thought on it, didn't you?
But, yeah, when the two Caitlins were talking to me, I did say, well, apparently this accent will get me laid. And then, Caitlin just laughed and nodded. I'm like, okay.
Dude, that was your invitation? Oh my god, that was... You may as well have been looking over and the coaches, you know, signalling towards home plate, you know what I mean, to give our American friends a call.
I'm pretty sure it wasn't, because it was like a ha-ha, yeah, probably.
Dude,
and
no,
then she immediately turned away and walked off.
Okay, dude, which one of us gets more action than me or you?
Well, you.
Right, okay, so trust me when I say this, that was your signal.
I also say it wasn't, because later she was on the phone talking to someone and going, yeah, I'll talk to you later, I love you, bye.
Yeah, but she wouldn't have been saying that if she had a mouthful of Andy Dick. Not Andy Dick, hello, you know, no, I mean, you know.
Hello, my baby, hello, my honey, why don't you suck me off?
Yeah, well, probably don't do that, because that's not going to attract the women, I'll be honest with you. I've never gotten laid by singing vaudeville. Granted, it's not a technique I've ever tried, I'll be honest, so.
Dude.
Although it worked for the girl they worked for the girl in King Kong, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So far, I've only tried the English accent. Tonight, I'm going down there in a full suit and top hat. Maybe that will work.
You never know.
Well, like, ladies.
If the English voice isn't doing it for you, I'll go all out. Later, I'll be doing a Winston Churchill cosplay.
Winston Churchill.
Winston Churchill's the closest thing we've got to, like, a British Abraham Lincoln or anything like that, you know what I mean? We haven't got a score now, you know, we haven't got nothing like that. The closest we've got is, we will fight them on the beaches, you know, that's the closest we've got. And what do we do with him now? We ridicule him by a freaking stupid dog puppet. Oh, no. No, he's one of the greatest leaders our country ever had.
Do you know why? It's because
we don't give a crap anymore.
No, it was Abraham Lincoln is apparently like he was good at his job in wartime and in peacetime. Winston Churchill, in wartime, he was like, oh yeah, he was great. As soon as it became peacetime, he was like, he absolutely sucked and went, stupidity is bred from the lower classes. I think all the lower classes should be chemically castrated so they can't breed.
Let's go to war with the lower classes.
Pretty much. That is why Winston Churchill was, everyone kind of went, okay, get him out of office quick.
History with the 50-foot nerds.
No, that's seriously, that is what he thought. It's ridiculous.
I know.
Yeah.
History with the 50-foot nerds. He's the only, you know, guy we've got who's, like, quotable, if you like.
Yeah, true.
You know, when was the last time you quoted Pitt the Younger and Pitt the Elder? You know what I mean?
Fair point. That does remind me of one other thing. When we were on the bus, one of the first stops...
Ladies and gentlemen, the comedy stylings of Sir Oliver Cromwell.
Yeah. When we
Hast thou ever noticed how thou cannot open thine peanuts upon thine flying aerodynamic perambulator?
Yeah. No,
Forsooth!
Yeah,
What be the deal with this situation?
Hast thou, dost thou know of the workings of Isambard Kingdom Brunel?
He's a witch!
But,
Burn him!
Why did he explode?
He was made of combustible materials.
Oh God, he was made of cesium.
Mental note.
That's why he's not a...
Don't make comedians out of cobalt.
Hey. No,
History with the 50
No, talking about history, that reminded me of geography, because on the it makes sense. On the bus, the first... Yeah. On the bus, eh?
I said, for school.
School. When we got on the bus, we got to the first stop, and there was like the massive. We were next to one of the Great Lakes, and we got out, and everyone's like, "Hey, look!" And then I just turned to a couple of the guys and went, "What the fuck? I thought we were in the middle of the country. How are we at the sea?" And they all just start laughing, and they go, "It's a lake," and I went, "No, because lakes you can see the other side of." And they're like, "It's a great lake." I'm like, all right, whatever, I don't care.
Good thing Mark Millar or Shani wasn't there, because then it would have been a great lake.
It's great.
It's a
and then they said, I bet the sky... Yeah. And Justin goes, I bet the skyline doesn't look like that at home. I'm like, no, not really. I said, you see that bit where all the buildings are about 3 stories tall? He goes, yeah. And I went, it all looks like that. Except for maybe the odd city block that goes 15 stories. None of this skyscraper bullshit.
Yeah.
And then they started laughing because I referred to it as skyscraper bullshit.
I think that was the original title of Skyline, wasn't it?
Skyscraper bullshit. Yeah. I also told them that their American crosswalks are fucking stupid too. Because I was relating how I was walking here, and there was one of the roads, it had the stop sign up to stop you from walking.
Right.
But all the traffic had stopped. People were walking across, not getting hurt. I'm like, okay, I'll wait for the signal. It turns safe to go. As soon as I tried to cross, some dickhead starts turning right and almost runs me over. I'm like, fucking road safety. God's sake. I spent the whole time just telling them how it's fucking...
Avoiding death.
Daft. Yeah. I don't know. I also tried American chicken, which is the same as English chicken, really. Except it's mutated and has no eyes. Yeah, I went and got the chicken. The only problem was they wouldn't let me eat the chicken with the lights on.
No, when you opened the box, it just went, kill me! It was like opening the room in Alien Resurrection with all the Ripleys in it.
Yeah, I basically just took a flamethrower to the whole place.
Damn you, Colonel!
Yeah. Right. But yeah, that's the weekend so far. I will report back with more shit, because we'll probably record again like Tuesday or something. See you in a bit, dude.
Bye.
Bye!
And record on Tuesday we shall. It's your old pal Mikey and Nagini's just letting you know that Andy and I will be back recording the second part of the C2E2 Special for you on Tuesday, and hopefully we should have some other guests from the Panels on Pages family. Until then, it's not a geek out, because as I say, it is only the end of part 1, so just geek off to the side slightly.
If you've enjoyed the nerddom in your ears, then please follow us on Twitter at 50footnerds, or email us anything except spam at 50footnerds@gmail.com.
Oh, dude, you gotta go and see Iron Man when you get back.
Yeah, definitely. I need to see Evil Dead too.
Well, it was weird. I was in work the other day and I was just bored, just bimbling around by myself, and I just found myself muttering the words from the book, right? And so I'm just sitting at the desk and work, just going, Kunda, Strata, Mantose, and then all of a sudden, weirdly, as I did that, the automatic doors where I was working, they opened and it was God Almighty Wind. I opened it, I was like, oh god, that's creepy. And then when we got to the pictures tonight, they went to Evil Dead, they said, sorry, we're not showing it tonight because the projector's broke. I was like, oh god, I think that was me. I think I've unleashed the demons. I broke the projector.
Nice.
Yeah.